Welcome to Bed Crime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T, and I hope you're having a great day. Do me a favor, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I wanted to give you an update today on the case of Lilly and Jack Sullivan, the missing siblings from Pictou County, Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia's Royal Canadian Mounted Police say they are forensically examining items found during the search for the two children. Lilly and Jack went missing 2.5 months ago. On May 2nd, they were reported missing by their mother in a 911 call that was made at 10:01 a.m. We know that 2 boot prints were located on the driveway of the Martel property where the kids had been living, and on a nearby pipeline trail, a piece of blanket, a pink blanket, was also located. In a news release today, the RCMP said that the Major Crime Unit is leading the investigation with help from units in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Ontario, along with the National Centre of Missing Persons, the Canadian Centre for Child Protection, and provincial and municipal police agencies from other parts of the country. The release said that the pink blanket that was seized on Lansdowne Road during the search is indeed being forensically examined. At one point, Daniel Martel said the blanket did not belong to Lilly. He later confirmed that it did belong to Lilly. We know that the blanket was damaged. It had been used inside the trailer as a window covering. It was thrown out supposedly into the garbage. Somehow it ended up in 2 pieces or more pieces, and one piece ended up way down the road on Lansdowne Road, some say in a tree. The RCMP said that they're reviewing 5,000 video files that they've obtained through a video canvas of Lansdowne Station. That's where Lilly and Jack had been living, and they are following up on more than 600 tips from the public. They're now saying that they've interviewed more than 60 people, and some of those people were given polygraph tests. We know that the stepfather, Daniel Martel, said he did take a polygraph. He claims that he passed. The RCMP are also busy submitting judicial authorizations to seize and examine materials and devices that may provide information useful to the investigation. That sounds like phone data, computer data, iCloud data, all of that stuff. RCMP Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon, the acting officer in charge of major crime and behavioral sciences, said, quote, "Right now there are more than 800 tasks associated to this investigation. A tremendous amount of careful, deliberate investigative work is underway by people here at home and in other parts of Canada. Our collective efforts will continue every day until we determine with certainty the circumstances surrounding Lilly and Jack's disappearance. There is a reward of up to $150,000 for information in the case." That's what's going on with law enforcement. On social media, everything is descending into a circus. Daniel Martel's mother, Janie McKenzie, showed up in a private chat. It was supposed to be private, and she answered some questions. And she answered them with audio files that were supposed to be kept private. But of course, on YouTube, it's like a hunting ground. Everybody wants the scoop. A lot of people aren't willing to follow the wishes of the people in charge of the chat. It's really sad because Janie McKenzie actually trusted those people, and she was opening up. And we were getting a sense of her personality, how well she knew Lilly and Jack, how much she engaged with them, whether or not she considered them her own grandchildren, and it sounds like she did. So Janie, who probably wasn't very trusting to begin with, likely is less trusting now. She is kind of sticking by her son Daniel. They are sharing meals together in her trailer. camper, RV, whatever you want to call it. Daniel has found himself alone in the trailer, although there's the rumor that he's got a girlfriend now. One thing I will say is that Janie has no love for Malaya. She doesn't ever want to see Malaya step on her property again. So if there was love between them, it's not there anymore. And I think that's interesting. Is it because Janie feels that Malaya is trying to throw Daniel under the bus? Is it because of her family's accusations against Daniel, his alleged drug use? You know, I could have scooped those audio parts as well, because I heard them, I saw them, but I respected the chat's owner, and I should say owners, Lana and Bree, and I didn't want to betray anybody. But it's hard to get the clicks and views, right, if you're not scooping everything. But for me, I'd rather not do the scoop and have a reputation of integrity. If a journalist says to somebody, I'm not going to share your name, everything will be under the veil of anonymity, you are supposed to respect that. But on YouTube, it's like savage. People are doing everything in their power to weasel into the front position. But my feeling is once you burn bridges with people, you can't unburn the bridge. Now, while the owners of that private chat group are upset, and I understand it, Belinda Gray, the paternal grandmother of Lilly and Jack Sullivan, said that she wants all the information to be made public. Her main concern, her guiding light, are Lilly and Jack. She doesn't care who's getting the scoop. She doesn't care who's getting whatever. She wants everything to be brought into the light. To me, Belinda Gray is the heart and the soul of this story. She just wants to know where Lilly and Jack are and what happened to them. Whenever she asks questions, they're good questions, they're well thought out. You can just tell that she is just in this to find out answers. And she says she can't sleep at night. And I totally understand that. You cannot know how bad it feels to have a family member go missing until you experience it yourself. And it is a nightly torture because you are imagining the worst, that can happen, that they're out there injured or that they're thrown in some dumpster and you'll never get the answers, or that they've been tossed in the water. And then there's the guilt associated with the situation. Like, I'm sure Belinda's thinking, if I'd been more involved, maybe I could have spotted things that were potentially dangerous for Lilly and Jack. Maybe I could have acted. I'm just speculating here. I don't know if she's like that, but I know that's the way I think. I'm always like feeling guilty, like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? I should have noticed this. So that's really the latest. All the gossip and all the drama, that's a whole different story. That has nothing to do with these two missing children. That's a lot of noise and a circus, and it's one that I really don't want to be a part of. So I will see you next time on Bed Crime Stories. I love you guys. I hope you're having a great week.